goals last year. So when we say drop off, we're not referring to last year specifically. We're referring to the guy who scored 69 goals 2 years ago, who scored 60 goals a couple of years before that, who scored 41 goals in a shortened COVID season where he only played 52 games, where he scored 47 goals in the 70-game season that was shortened when COVID stopped the year midway through. That is the drop-off we are referring to, okay? So I already know that those comments are going to come, he only scored 33 last year, so what do you mean drop? He already started the drop-off. Last year was an anomaly, an absolute anomaly, and I think that this year is going to prove that was the case. And hey, the betting books are betting against, they're fading Austin Matthews. I'm willing to bet on him.
Yep. Like, if you're a Leafs fan, bet on your captain.
Yep.
I can understand, again, the whole injury issue. If that's the reason why you don't want to touch that number, I'll accept that. But if you're going to say that you're not touching that number, like you don't believe in Austin Matthews' ability to score that much because don't think he's capable of it, man, I'll take a quote. I'll steal a line from Josh Allen. Stick around, have a little faith.
Yeah, have a little faith in us next time. That's what Matthews would do. I wish Matthews gave us a little Josh Allen. You know, I wish he had the charm that Josh Allen had. I really, really do. All right, so there's my rant for the day, and there's my love I'm throwing at Austin Matthews. And we don't need to spend every day talking about Mitch Marner. You know, once the season gets going, I'm sure that rhetoric will go away as long as the Maple Leafs perform without him. But just know that this obviously is a major talking point. Like the comments keep coming out and they keep saying, you know, oh, why do you guys keep talking about Mitch Marner? It's a Leaf show. He's not with the Leafs anymore. It's like, okay, I get that. He's not with the Leafs anymore, but his fingerprints are all over the organization, and his storyline is still very much alive within this team, this organization.
There are a lot of fans who are still talking about Mitch Marner. So,
well, how can you not, right? How can you not? Eventually, like I said, it will dissipate once they get going. And look, if they get going, they hit the ground running, and Matthews is scoring goals, getting pucks from whether it's Marner, whether it's Nylander or Domi, or maybe Dakota Joshua, Michelli, whoever it may be. Maybe it's Easton Cowan who could potentially earn a job at a camp. That noise will quiet pretty darn quickly. All right, let's take a break. Let's come back. Kirill Kaprizov is an idiot, Dave. He is an idiot, but an idiot that I might want in Toronto. Let's talk about that next here in the Locked On Leafs podcast, part of the Locked On Podcast Network. It's your team every day.
Most people can't name all their financial accounts or even what they're worth, whether it's 401ks, properties, or investments. And when you don't have the full picture, you can end up leaving money on the table. That's why there is Monarch Money. It's an all-in-one personal financial tool that brings your entire financial life together in one clean, easy-to-use interface on your laptop or your phone. Monarch is built for people with busy lives. If you put off organizing your finances, Monarch is for you. Monarch does all the heavy lifting. You can link all your accounts in minutes, see clear data, visuals, get smart categorization of your spending, and finally feel in control of your money without ever touching a spreadsheet. And like for myself, it's easy to lose track of things. You know how many different subscriptions you're paying for. You realize you're paying for, and you're wondering why is your credit card bill so high. Go and take a look at what Monarch can do for you. It can help spread all that around so you can see all the different categories of things you're paying for that you really shouldn't be. Don't let financial opportunities slip through the cracks. Use code LOCKDOWNNHL at monarchmoney.com in your browser for half off your first year. That's 50% off your first year at monarchmoney.com with code LOCKEDONNHL.
Welcome back into the Locked On Leafs podcast. Mike DiStefano and Dave Morisuti with you. I just noticed something, Dave. Our names aren't here. There we go.
Oh.
Yeah.
Where do they go?
I don't know, but I noticed
How would people know who we are?
No one would know who we are. I'm Mike DiStefano. This is Dave Morisuti, and we are the hosts of the Locked On Leafs podcast, a daily Maple Leaf centric podcast, now going 5 days a week, Monday through Friday, each and every day. A loaded Maple Leafs heavy show, delivering you the daily dosage of Maple Leafs content. So make sure you are subscribed to the Locked On Leafs podcast, wherever you get your podcasts, and also on YouTube as well. Dave, I'm assuming you saw the news, or the reported news, of Kirill Kaprizov and the contract that he allegedly turned down from the Minnesota Wild. Would you like to enlighten everyone else listening who maybe missed out on that news yesterday?
Yeah, so Frank Saravalli reported that Kaprizov turned down an 8-year deal. An 8-year deal that would have paid him $128 million.
Yeah.
Cash money. It would have been the highest average annual salary in NHL history. $16 million per season. Shattered records. Would have been more than what nowhere close to where McDavid has ever gone. More than Nathan McKinnon. He obviously is in the final year of the 5-year, $45 million contract that does not pay him $16 million a year. And he has been eligible to sign an extension since July 1. The owner of the Minnesota Wild, Craig Leopold, has basically said, we are going to do whatever we need to do to get Kirill Kaprizov signed. It appears he's putting his money where his mouth is, but Kirill's not taking the bait just yet.
No, Kirill the Thrill apparently, turning down $128 million guaranteed into your bank account for a guy who has not really had a clean bill of health either over the last few years is a questionable decision. An absolutely questionable decision. You look at the last 3 years. This guy's missed 63 games in the last 3 years. He missed half the season a year ago with the Minnesota Wild, and they're still willing to invest max term and maximum annual average value. Literally, they are giving him as much money as they possibly could. It's essentially a blank check that they're offering Kirill Kaprizov, and he reportedly said no. Like, if you're the Minnesota Wild, like, you've got to be absolutely pooping your pants right now that this guy wants to leave. Because if he wanted to stay, you sign that contract right away. There's no way that contract gets any better. And if he said, nah, this guy's going to free agency, 100% hitting the open market and probably get, if not the same contract, well, he'll get less, because actually, if he hits the open market, the most he can sign for next year is only 6 years. Keep in mind, because the new CBA is going to come into effect, and you can only sign UFAs to a 6-year deal. So unless somehow he works out some sort of sign and trade prior to the league year starting next year, the most he's going to be able to sign for him as a UFA will be 6 years, and that'll be significantly less guaranteed money. I'm floored that if this is true, the reports that he turned this down. Not only because it's a crazy contract to make him the highest paid NHL player in history, but again, I just point to the health of Kirill Kaprizov. The fact that, again, he's missed 63 games over the last 3 years. I don't know how many GMs would be willing to give this guy max term, max dollar, despite being or not being a very durable player.
Yeah, I mean, look, he is a fantastic player when he is on the ice. But
unbelievable. He's a top 10 talent.
We know that when you're paying a player a lot of money, he isn't there. It hurts. Like we talk about Austin Matthews. Like it hurts when you don't have Austin Matthews in the lineup because you're paying him a lot of money to be playing every day and being a difference maker. So I do understand that part, and I didn't even really think about that part, but